You should know better.
Well,
you have
that's
a
a
duty to
record,
your
I
audience.
think. That might be a record. 3 minutes
You have a
late.
duty to your audience. Forget me, who schedules the stream and then like pushes it back so I don't get called late.
Listen, I'm sorry, okay? I forgot what time it was. I was eating food and then, yeah. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream. And that is right, we're live on this beautiful May 15th, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself. We are joined by, of course, the Real Texas Politics and MAGA Mal, the usual suspects.
What's up, in Real American Patriots? Always good to come on the rap stream. We're gonna be cooking because we are winning the midterms, and you guys can cope.
Yeah, we have a lot of good news coming out of Maine second. We have a lot of good news coming out of Wisconsin. But I do want to touch upon something some of you might have heard about. So everyone knows John here, right? Everyone knows who John is?
Yeah, prayers for John. He's currently in the hospital.
Yeah,
he's got very sick, very bad sickness.
It was like a blood clot or something in his leg and it spread. I don't know what it was for sure. I could pull it up. But yeah, so John Rose, for those that don't know, he's the usual person on the stream. Right now, he's in the hospital. Let's see. Yeah, so he had a blood clot down his entire leg. Apparently, his entire leg got a blood clot.
I know he had a very bad cold on top of that.
Yeah.
So prayers. It seems like that's going around. Rap was super sick recently. I was super sick. Yeah, so let's hope that everyone who's sick gets over it, and let's pray that John can soon get out of the hospital because we hate to see him gone, you know?
Yeah, he got a blood transfusion, I think. It sounds like he's doing better now, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it was pretty bad what he had. It's not good, but it sounds like he's getting better. So prayers for John Rose, who's hopefully getting better. It sounds like he is, but we'll see. But all right, everybody, so that was a quick update for John, but before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you want to support the channel even further, there's two ways to do it. For starters, sending super chats are a great way to get your questions answered. I'll answer as much as I can. And of course, you could join America First Insight today using the code REAL. It costs $5 a month to join America First Insight, a great website, a great outlet that we're working on. Join the channel, or join the channel and join America First Insight, only $5 a month. Use the code REAL. That'll also support the channel. And all right, couple super chats to read.
And as the code says, it makes you real. You're real. You're a real one.
You're a real one.
I still haven't gotten a membership yet, so I probably should.
Yeah, you should. All right, it's a great way to support it.
Maybe I should cancel the 2 of the 3 memberships I have the testers done to pay for the. Don't ask. Just don't ask.
Cameron Full God for 2. What do you think Trump's plan is for Israel/Gaza is? My theory is he's gonna force Hamas out and they're gonna recognize Palestine. That's my take.
I'll be back in a few. I'm gonna eat some lunch.
All right, Cameron Full God for 2. Real late politics. Yeah, I know. American Nerd for 3. Hey, Rap, did Trump recognize Palestine yet? No, but I think he's getting close to it. I think we're getting close to that. We'll see, though. Again, it could be bullshit, but...
I don't know what the big announcement from the Middle East was. It might have been the Syria sanctions being lifted.
I don't know. We'll see.
Trip is still going on, so...
Yeah, so speaking of that, that's kind of the point of the stream today. So the Middle East, Trump's currently in. He was in Qatar yesterday, Saudi Arabia a couple days ago. And for those that are wondering yesterday why I didn't stream, there wasn't really much to talk about yesterday, so that's why we didn't stream. But yeah, so Trump is right now in... Is it the UAE now? Right?
Actually, I haven't kept track.
I'm pretty sure it's the UAE now. Yeah, it's UAE. He's currently in the UAE right now. He was in... Yeah. Anyway.
In fact, the UAE's Grand Mosque was close to the public because I think Trump's visiting there.
You know, the funny thing about this, I gotta ask everybody, why is Trump so popular in the Middle East? At least in the Arab world. Why? Does anyone, can anyone answer that? It's like Trump is uniquely popular there. For some reason, like, they all love him.
It probably could just be like the sign of wealth, because you know, that is a very wealthy area. Oil and you look at all the skyscrapers that are being built in Doha and Dubai and Abu Dhabi and all that.
I guess.
So Trump's. I guess real estate's kind of a big issue, kind of a big deal in the Middle East. So
it's
Trump's
more
kind
a
of
respect thing. So.
Yeah, and also there's the whole Israel issue. So.
Yeah, that's.
And the Abraham Accords.
That there's a lot. Tesla's done for 2. We're getting 52 talk over Romania and plus Poland. Romania, I don't know who it is. There's a conservative, there's like a nationalist that's going to win, probably. I don't know for sure. Poland, I haven't heard anything about it. I think someone endorsed somebody. I don't know. We'll talk more about it when we get closer.
Also, I think a Trump Tower was just announced for Dubai or something.
Yeah. You know, I'm hoping they really just turn Gaza into, like, Trump world or something. I mean, Trump keeps saying we want to take Gaza over. I think he said that today. It's like, yeah, we want to take Gaza. And, like, make it
also,
like
there's already a Trump golf course in Dubai.
Really? There is?
Yeah.
I did not know that. But as a serious answer, they prefer Trump because he's not a Bush shield that supports bombing them. Well, that's part of it. I think the biggest reason is he has a brain. And he understands you can't push democracy on these countries. You just can't. These countries are going to hate you for it. So...
yeah, they kind of do it themselves. I mean, well, the Emirates are still a monarchy, but
yeah,
they are kind of pushing more Western like values.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like difference is Trump didn't force anybody to become a democracy. It's not like Bush and Obama were like, oh yeah, you have to be a democracy or we're gonna bomb you.
Well, a lot of it's probably for economic reasons.
Yeah,
because they're trying to bring in more tourism, since oil's not going to last forever. So.
That's fair.
It's the same thing. Saudi Arabia's doing the same thing. I think Qatar's doing the same thing. Bahrain probably.
All right. So let me pull this up. Yeah. So anyways, yesterday Trump announced we had an agreement with Qatar. The day before that we had Saudi Arabia. I think it was $1 trillion they agreed to. Which again, that doesn't mean there's going to be $1 trillion next year. That's not what it means. It just means $1 trillion over the course of like 10 years. It's not.
I forgot to mention, you also got the fucking Disney going to Abu Dhabi.
Oh, I saw that.
Parks there.
Yeah, but guys, when they say it's $1 trillion or whatever, it doesn't mean we're getting $1.2 trillion in cash from like Qatar. It just means over the course of like the next 10 years, we're going to gain like $1.2 trillion. That's what it means. And yesterday, Trump announced that in Qatar, that they were given a $1.2 trillion commitment to the United States, an economic one. And there's a lot of morons going around saying, oh, Qatar has a GDP of only $200 billion. This is a scam by Trump. They tricked him or something. You get this dumbass right here, who, by the way, supposedly like finance. This guy's really claiming that all the money is going to be like next year. They're claiming all the money's going to come up next year when in reality, no, it's not. It's over the course of like 10 years. And how much does Qatar have in that wealth fund? Is it like 1 trillion or something? Or like 500 billion?
Probably.
So it's like these morons, and that's not accounting for the amount of oil they got, the amount of real estate they're into. So when they say their GDP is only 200 billion, yeah, but they're not using their GDP for the 1.2 trillion. They're going to use their wealth fund. They're going to use other means. Like they made a deal with Boeing, I think, of like a couple billion. So this idea that, oh, it's a scam. No, it's not. It's over the course of like 10 to 15 years, and it's indirectly or directly. So just want to clarify that because this moron here who's supposedly in finance, oh, he's an expert, he's a capital management or whatever, is saying that's all fake. But it's not true. So anyways.
I saw a clip of the Emir of Qatar presenting Trump with the FIFA World Cup ball.
I saw that. You know, I find it funny, like, there's some people say they're going to protest the FIFA World Cup or whatever. But wasn't it literally in Qatar and, like, Russia the last 2 times?
You know, they don't protest it happening in Qatar, even with the human rights stuff, but they will in America.
Because it's we supposedly have the human rights
violations.
Fascists.
We're fascist, we're racist,
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, it was Qatar and Russia the World Cup was in, but that's not a problem. But it's in America, so somehow that's a big problem now. Even though Qatar and Russia are, like, objectively worse on that front. What's the point? I don't get these people. So somehow, America's like a dictatorship, but Russia and Qatar isn't. I don't get that. Chance Razik for 5. You see Dave Hale's new post. He's a total locale. I swear that guy worships losers and enjoys seeing Republicans lose elections, or both. I saw that. For those that don't know, Dave Hale's one of those, he's one of those,
He's one of the Harris Republicans.
Yeah, he is one of the principled conservatives. He's principled. And this dumbass.
I guess the last democracy that FIFA World Cup was held in was Brazil in 2014.
Yeah, and I would put an asterisk next to that one. So
yeah, well for now, but yeah.
Yeah, you got Brazil, Russia, and Qatar. What a great combination. What a fantastic combination.
2010 was South Africa, and then 2006 was Germany. That's kind of a.
Yes, you have to go back 20 years. But America is like the first dictatorship ever. These people are dumb. But yeah, I pulled up the tweet from Dave Hale. This guy's the pro-Harris Republican. And he said, America needs the actual Republican Party back. It's a picture of Reagan, Bush Sr., McCain, and Romney. Question, Real Texan. When was the last time any of these Republicans won an election?
2004.
Yeah.
Nationwide, at least.
Nationwide, yeah. And before that, the 80s.
Well, 2000.
2000, like, barely won. Well, go back to, guys, go look up Bush's campaign in 2000. He did not run as, like, this type of Republican. He didn't. Go look that one up. But
he won by 5. He only won by 500 votes.
And he won. Well, I still argue that if they did a full recount, they didn't fuck around with the calling it early, he would have won by more. But that's just my opinion. That's my take. But SoCal Loom for 2. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. But, like, seriously, let's talk about each one. Reagan's coalition's literally dead. I mean, it's been, what, 40 years? Right? 40 years. It's been 40 years since Reagan won in 1984. How many of those people are even alive that voted for Reagan? Just honestly.
A lot of them are probably in their 80s or, like, more.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's like, a lot of them are dead. They're all dead. Mm-hmm. And or a bunch of them are just Democrats now. So,
or they're just like or they're alive, but they're just too old to get out and vote.
Yeah. So that coalition is literally dead. Bush Sr. won in the back of Reagan. McCain got crushed. Romney got killed. So this is the party you want to go back to? Technically the last.
Because we'll win Virginia and Colorado.
You're gonna get killed in Virginia now. You do 5 points better in Nova, and you do like 20 points worse than the rest of the state. Good job for the Commonwealth. Same with the Colorado.
Oh, but at least we lost with dignity. You know, we conceded the election.
Oh my gosh!
Instead of doing a, yeah.
Let's see here. Bush won the same amount of elections that Trump and got 50% of the vote, which Trump never got. Well, Trump would have gotten over 50 if it wasn't for third parties this time around. So you can argue the first time also. I mean, I think there's a study that was conducted by Gary Johnson's campaign. Hello. But yeah, I think it was like Johnson's campaign back in 2016. They literally did a study on this. And they said, yeah, Trump would have won the popular vote if they didn't run. So, beautiful losers. Yeah, Luke, did you see this picture right here?
Which picture?
It's the one where it's like, we need the actual Republican Party back. And it's like this. It's
oh.
Did you see this?
That's crazy.
But yeah, we're talking, I mean, seriously, the last one to win an election of this picture is 88. So it's been 40 years since any of them won.
I'd like to say, too, Ronald Reagan, and this is going to be a hot take, but the two presidents who messed up America the most in the 20th century were Lyndon Baines Johnson and Ronald Reagan. And I think many on the right need to wake up and realize that. Look at the amnesty that Ronald Reagan gave. And it's funny, too. You know what else he did? Ronald Reagan redefined the right of the Republican Party to be like...
I would go... No, that was more so Bush that did that.
No, because what he did with the right is he basically made it like the Ayn Rand movement. That's what Reagan did. Reagan made the right of the party the Ayn Rand movement. The GOP before Reagan, the so-called liberal Republicans, Eisenhower and Nixon, did way more on immigration than Reagan ever did. And those were the liberal Republicans, you know?
Well, I would argue that the image was more so pushed by Bush. That's what happened, based on history.
No, right. Again, a lot of this is just damage control. Reagan was not good.
I'm not saying he was, Luke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eisenhower and Nixon are far better.
Oh yeah, they are.
Like, kind of like roadmaps for the
I mean,
movement.
bring back Eisenhower. We need Ike Republicans, please.
I mean, that's what Trump kind of did. Trump is kind of like a revival of that sort of politics, you know?
It's like more so like a pragmatic Republican, but a real one.
Especially with foreign policy and economics. Like, it's almost like
he's more pragmatic. That's what we've needed. A Republican that's like, okay, we gotta take each issue individually. We can't just say, oh, free markets and call it a day. You're never gonna win doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that's a good comparison. Nixon and Eisenhower. After that, though, it's been Reagan and Bush's. It's not a good combination whatsoever.
And again, like, you guys can look into the whole thing with Watergate, the fact that, like,
they set him up.
Dude, and even before Watergate, they had been planning Watergate for a while. You know this because look at what happened to Spiro Agnew, who was Nixon's first VP. They got him on bogus corruption charges. Then they replaced him with Gerald Ford, who was like the establishment, you know? Like, he is the establishment.
Yeah.
And then right like a year before Watergate happens, you know? Crazy how that works.
They forced Nixon out. That's what happened. They forced him out. We got stuck with Ford. How did that go, by the way? He nearly won, but still. American Nerd for 2. What about Teddy Roosevelt, Bull Moose Republicans? Well, it's kind of like that's kind of what we're talking about. You know, like the Teddy Roosevelt types, Ike types, Nixon types. That's what we've needed. Not the Bush types. The Bush has been terrible.
Well, the Teddy Roosevelt Republicans kind of morphed into the Ike types.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They morphed into them.
It's like Ronald Reagan largely came out of the Barry Goldwater, Ayn Rand, libertarian kind of move. This is what it did. Those people were seen as wackos in their time because what they were is they were very socially liberal. So what Ronald Reagan did is he's like, let's take what all these people believe on economics and foreign policy, which their foreign policy was like staunch anti-communist hawkism. That's basically what it was. And combine that with pandering to social conservatives. And then that's what you got. You got Bush, Reagan, you got both Bushes, then you got McCain, Romney, you know. And then Trump comes along and he's just like, don't you guys not like immigration? And then here we are, you know?
Yeah. We got nothing out of it. I mean, seriously, can anyone name one positive? Well, okay. I'll give Reagan credit. He helped officially kill the Soviet Union, but that's not really saying much. They're on their last legs anyways, but still. That's the only thing I can think of. Can anyone name a single thing he did that was positive?
Which, by the way, he also, like, here's the thing. We probably could have ended the Cold War earlier if Reagan didn't go out of his way to, like, deliberately antagonize Russia, like, multiple times when it didn't need to. You know, like, that's a big thing. Like, Reagan, up until the end of his term, until Gorbachev came in, Reagan would have, like, prolonged the Cold War. Like, way longer than was necessary. I will say that. Like, look at how Nixon and Eisenhower handled, like, diplomacy. They got along way better with the Soviets and the Chinese than Reagan did.
Yeah, but
and there's a reason for that. There's a reason, like, under Nixon, we had some of the best relations with the Soviets during the entire Cold War.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, what did Reagan do outside of that? Which, again, that wasn't even, like, that was already happening. The Soviets were already on their deathbed.
He brought in mass amnesty.
Yeah.
He
cut taxes.
Further restrict the Second Amendment. Oh, but he tried overturning Roe, so he's a conservative.
Yeah, how did that go? How did his judges go? Outside Scalia. How did that go? American Nerd for 3. Coolidge was the last true conservative Republican. No, he was the last, like, libertarian type that had a brain. So, the rest were dumbasses. The Soviets killed the Soviets. Yeah,
the thing is, conservative Republican, like, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, conservative, it's a vague ideology. It depends on what the time is. That's why I think it's stupid when people are like, oh, is this person a true conservative? Being a conservative right now is not necessarily a positive, because what are you conserving at the moment?
Yeah, you're conserving nothing.
Conservative right now is conserving legal immigration.
And cutting taxes.
Oh, no, I prefer the term nationalist. That's the term I use to define myself. I never use the term conservative. Unless it's in like a vague setting. To describe
Let's move on. I think we got a couple other things to discuss here. We have a North Carolina poll from Signal.
Oh, gosh. Signal's either really good or really shitty.
All right. So Stein good lord, the approval is.
Yeah, so
He's not at 50, but he's plus 26.
yeah.
Actually, no, plus
Stein is
24.
popular, of course. Roy Cooper's kind of popular. President Trump, I call bullshit this one.
-5. I don't
bullshit.
think. I mean, I think he might be underwater. North Carolina. I don't think it's by 5, and I don't think he's at 51% favorable. But look at Tillis. That's the big news.
Tillis is fucking done. Get rid of him.
I mean, we're not going to go back to the. I mean, I'm not going to go back to the primary argument, but I mean, -20 approval. That's
he barely won in a red wave, and he barely won in 2020 because Trump carried him over the hump, and because of a scandal. I guess so. Who is his name again?
Dude, didn't he overperform Trump in 2020?
Yeah, but
I think he performed about in line, but I mean, he probably would have lost. I mean, Cal Cunningham.
He would have lost.
I mean, he had that scandal really like
that scandal killed Cunningham. So,
I mean, scandals typically don't really do much to Democrats, especially in like federal races.
That was such a bad one that kind of sunk in a little bit. It did just enough to save Tom Tillis. So,
yeah.
All right, Eric for 5. Makes sense that Ben Shapiro loves Reagan but hates Eisenhower or Nixon. Yeah, that's all you need to know. If Shapiro loves somebody and hates somebody, well, probably guess what you should say about them. Joe Longo for 2. Reagan gave us Anthony Kennedy, enough said. Yeah, he gave us Kennedy. How did that go? What a great Supreme Court pick. Not.
Oh, and also, shout out to Fort Worth, Texas for a couple things. 2024 census estimates are out now. Fort Worth, Texas has now surpassed 1 million people, and it surpassed Austin in population.
Congratulations, Austin. You're running down the shitter. Good job. But anyways, I think it's time we get to the big story of the day because this dropped a little while ago. We talked a little bit about the Middle East stuff, which, look, I want to get your takes on it, your thoughts, the Middle East.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like the foreign policy kind of guru, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, with the Middle East, yeah, I think it's interesting. I think that they love Trump in the Middle East now for some reason. With Saudi Arabia, I think it's a very big net positive, especially with the new Syrian government, because a lot of us I know are pissed at like Assad because like they're worried about the new guy with the Christians and stuff. But I think if Trump gets a better relationship with them, this will be better news too for Christians in the Middle East. And I think too it's good because it like gives us allies in the region that aren't Israel, so we don't have to just rely on Israel to be our only ally in the region, because we know how that's gone over the past.
Yeah, that relationship is dead. I think they're gonna recognize Palestine anytime now. That's my take.
Well, it's just, dude, like it sucks that the only country we could rely on in the Middle East is like one that is doing what it's doing right now, you know? Like, and again, I'm not some like river to the sea person, but like I think anyone can agree that like Israel's bombing the living hell out of like everyone, and they're not getting anything.
Listen, my take is what's going to happen. Trump's going to recognize Palestine on the condition of getting rid of Hamas. That's what I think's going to happen. They're going to say, okay, you get rid of Hamas, we recognize you.
By the way, interesting things. If you look back to the creation of Hamas, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, go look that one up.
Yeah, just look up. There were some people who funded them.
It's every time. Like it's a meme, but like seriously, every time.
I also find it so funny how like these progressive lefties are like pro Hamas. So it's like, if anything, you guys should be pro the like Fatah government.
Yeah,
like that's what they should be pro.
Is that how you say it?
No, Fatah is like the more secular Muslim.
Fatah.
They want a 2-state solution. Hamas are the like radicals who want like a single Islamic state, and they're like far right Islamic fascist theocrats, like, and then like the other ones are like liberal Muslims. So I don't know why they don't support Fatah. Anyone with a brain would want like a Fatah-led.
Well, the left, it is ironic. The leftists usually support the far right people in
Islamic
country.
I don't get that.
Well, because I think
they're supporting Pakistan now. There were some Pakistani flags.
I remember that, but then it immediately disappeared after they got a deal done.
And TikTok dances you can do to help Pakistan.
Oh gosh, American Nerd for 5. Rap. Do you think things would have been different for the Republican Party? Conservatism as a whole had Goldwater never got the 64 nomination. Yes, big time. Goldwater fucked us up in the long run.
Oh yeah,
and
Gold.
also, oh, we got the big news today.
Ruined the conservative party. No, and that people hate that too because some people on like the further right are like, he supported segregation.
No,
He
I
was actually
didn't.
fake. That's like no, he literally only supported like keeping those laws because like, and even then, like no, segregation was not good, but the reason he opposed them was not because of like, oh, he was based on race. He was a member of the NAACP. He opposed those because they were big government.
Yeah,
Like
that
he
was his
was not.
argument. It's a libertarian
You
philosophy.
can't even say he was some like based race realist, because which again I don't endorse. I think that shit's stupid.
Yeah,
But
all he said was like
I,
he just thought these were big government policies. That's all he said. You can go look that one up. But anyways,
and again, look into Ayn Rand. I know you have an objectivist who likes lurking in chat, so I don't want to offend him. Actually, I will offend you because your ideology is a joke. But just look up what Ayn Rand basically. She became a cult leader later in life. She had this like group where she would like people had to like swear that they would respect her as a god and shit like that. This is who the American right was based around. Yeah, look it up. Look up what Ayn Rand did in her later years.
I
She
don't
had
want.
this like
I'm scared.
she had this cult where like they had to affirm like Atlas Shrugged as the Bible and like Ayn Rand as their god. It was weird as fuck, dude.
That,
But yeah,
well,
this was
that
the
explains
American
it.
right.
The Reagan. That explains the Reagan
Pre-Trump
cult.
Yeah, the pre-Trump American right.
What a joke. All right.
I will also say Ayn Rand tried claiming that the movie It's a Wonderful Life was communist propaganda in front of the House Un-American Activities Committee because it promoted family over money. So she claimed it was
What?
anti-capitalist.
Freaking. So was Pope Leo the 13th a communist then?
Yeah.
Bro,
Well,
guys,
according to Ayn Rand, all religion was communist. That's another thing. She thought Jesus was a communist. She thought like all religion leads to communism. That was one of her beliefs
Guys-
because they prioritize other people over herself. Her entire ideology was just you should do what's in your best interest. Like it's Satanism.
here's
It's
what I'll
literal
say.
just Satanism.
You want to hear an argument for how bullshit this is? Go look up what Pope Leo the 13th said about this stuff. Go look at what he said. Because this is bullshit. This idea that family over profits is communism. No, that's just common sense. That's freaking dumb. Karen Fulgod for 2. Nixon was set up. Yes, he was. Go look, again. The whole story is bullshit. Even I think
No, Nixon now. That
Gosh.
song's fire. You guys should listen to that.
Stephen Howard for 2. Disappointed the H1B news. Yeah, that Trump's gonna stop that, the H1B stuff. But hopefully he does. M for 5. The Israel First people are so angry, you do need to be wary of Qatar, but tons of people being ridiculous. Cough Mark Levin. Yeah, Mark Levin's a dumbass. I mean,
We'll
God,
say, not going to get into it here, but there's another reason that the American right became super pro-Israel after Ayn Rand.
anyways.
I'm not going to bring it up.
American
Yeah.
Nerd for
Apparently Theo Vaughn was in Qatar with Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn. Theo
Let's hear it.
Vaughn is just going around the world with Trump.
American Nerd for 2. Reagan should have stood by Bork for his nomination. No, he would never got the votes. Gilbert Giddy up for 10. Old Republicans, come rap. We got to beat the socialists. Us. Let's go Reagan/Bush. We are principal. New Republicans rap. Let's go and take down the establishment. But let's go watch movies like Minecraft. That's real. American Nerd for 3. Ayn Rand sounds like a John Birch Society member. She probably was. She probably freaking was.
No, the John Birch Society is actually good. Those aren't bad people.
No.
Like,
It was bad for a little bit, Luke. Go look that one up.
Yeah, but yeah, nowadays it's not very bad. It's like it's run by like paleo cons which I'm not the biggest fan of, but like I understand this chat is. I think they're better than the establishment GOP. But
let's see here. Ayn Rand helped make free market mainstream. Well, the thing with Rand is like her philosophy's bullshit for starters. But yeah, I did not know what the communist stuff. So she basically called everything a communist. That explains where that stuff came from. You know,
McCarthy. Yeah, she was in the same like boat as McCarthy. Which again, I know there's like this whole thing on the right to just like support McCarthy now, which he was right about some stuff, but he was like pretty much a schizophrenic. Like, I'm sorry, he wasn't this like great guy. Him and Ayn Rand were two sides of the same coin, and like there's some good things about him, but he really wasn't this great guy. So I'm just pointing that out.
So I think it's time we get to the big news of the day because this is apparently a real thing from Maine 2nd. So Real Text explain.
That's not exactly the big news of the day.
Well,
There's even bigger news.
What's bigger news?
The Supreme Court stuff.
Oh yeah, so the Supreme Court's doing stuff right now with
Yeah, there's basically oral arguments. It's not looking good.
yeah, friggin', I swear
What's it for?
It's Barrett.
Barrett's
It's Barrett.
oh my gosh. For those that don't know, Barrett's she's basically saying, "Oh, the injunctions are needed." That's what she's basically saying.
Because Trump is racist or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's basically what she's saying. We have a problem.
Wait, but don't we not need Barrett if Kavanaugh falls in line?
No, Luke. If it's Barrett,
Because Roberts is gonna side with the liberals. That's 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, I forget there's 3 liberals. Fuck.
freaking. So the question is, what does Trump do? What is
Andrew Jackson?
I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Where
Andrew Jackson, all you got to do, it's hanging on the wall in the White House. You know, the court has made their ruling. Now come enforce it. Like, what are they gonna do? They don't have the military. They can't do anything. What are they gonna do? Send local police? The president has the military. Good luck with that. Again, not advocating.
What saying is they don't care. They're not even trying to care. They're just saying, "Oh, Trump's racist."
Yeah.
Listen, at this point, I would argue at this point, fuck it. Pack the Supreme Court. There, I said it. Why not? Why not?
Don't pack it. Just like, I don't know. Dude, Sotomayor is probably going to die in the next couple of years.
I guess, fair enough.
No, and here's the issue with packing, because then the Dems will just do it
when
they...
Do it anyways, if they were going to set it back.
It's not a good idea. We don't want to be the ones to start it, because here's what will happen. It'll start a slippery slope, where then eventually we'll have like 50 members on the court, and it will be like a mess.
Luke, I'm just going to say this. Democrats are going to do it anyways. So, the only reason they didn't
Democrats are not going to do it unless they take back the Senate.
I know that I'm not saying it's likely, but it's entirely possible. So
no, I don't think we should. I don't want to do that. I think it's stupid. I think we should stick with 9.
We'll see. Again, but things get bad enough to say fuck it, ball. That's just my take. But average sewer gator for 2. Have you talked about the Omaha mayor election? I don't care enough to talk about it. It's Democrats.
Dude, the Republican was a YIMBY who literally took bribes from like bus companies. I do not give 2 shits.
Apparently, Leah and Mag.
He literally cut the police and fire budget to pay for bike lanes. Okay, this is not someone who was like some like MAGA Republican who lost. Okay, like she deserved it. And the more MAGA Republican who was in the race hated her so much that he endorsed a Democrat.
Yeah,
in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this race, guys. This is nothing burger. The fact
there's nothing. It was an indicator on Trump. Like the pro-Trump Republican got endorsed the Democrat.
The funny thing is, like, if we're gonna say this is an indicator, this is a swing for 2024 for Trump. That's the funny part about it, because Omaha was like D+20 or something. It was like D+10.
Yeah, and it was like D+10 in this race. As a super unpopular mayor, by the way. But
yeah, super unpopular.
If the other Republican was the nominee, he probably would have won.
Yeah, the more MAGA Republican probably would have won.
That's right. The police union didn't even endorse the Republican in the second round. They didn't endorse the Democrat. They just declined to endorse.
Yeah, when you lose a police association, you're
yeah, because she was cutting the police budget.
Oh yeah, so that's a Republican right there. Oh, what a great conservative. American Nerd for 3. Let's pack the court and pass a lot of cap. And you know, think more about it. I think the solution might be do what FDR did, threaten the Supreme Court and they get in line. That's what we have to do. Just threaten the Supreme Court. That's what FDR did.
And then you get Sri Tendar doing another article of impeachment or something.
Listen, that guy, he's done, by the way. He is absolutely done.
You're going to be impeached, Donald Trump. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
He doesn't know where he represents. Some guy's asking him, hey, can you name like a city in your district? He can't name one. He can't even name nothing.
Uttar Pradesh. I represent the people of Uttar Pradesh in the United States Congress.
All right. So, let's talk about the other big news of the day. I was kind of alluding to this earlier, but I forgot about the Supreme Court stuff. Listen, remember when we were saying as a joke that they're going to primary out Jared Golden? Remember that?
Well, here's the thing. I thought Hogg was going to until I realized, oh yeah, he's only targeting like safe member districts.
Yeah,
but now it looks like Maine's actually going to try to.
They're going to try to take out Jared Golden and Perez in Washington now. They already got challengers lined up. Oh my gosh. So, for those that don't know, the state auditor is openly considering a bid from the left against Jared Golden. Please run, please. Listen, watch the DNC support this, or like David Hogg. They're gonna try to get rid of Jared Golden.
Oh, Hogg, I mean, Hogg 100% supports it, but
Yeah, guys, if this happens, Golden's done. He's not going to the primary. He can't. The only way he can survive is if he runs a Republican, which I don't think he will. Would he? Would he run as a Republican to save his ass?
Maybe, maybe
Yeah.
not. You never know.
So yeah, Jared Golden is actually going to get primaried out more than likely, because when Democrats run like this, that's usually a sign the party wants to get rid of somebody. Same thing with Perez. She has a primary challenger already. If they take out Perez and Golden, but my question is this: how do Democrats win the House in this scenario?
gerrymandering.
Which in Wisconsin, that's not looking good for them. I mean, Luke, what was it, like D+1 for Steele's district or something?
Yeah, they're not gonna. The state constitution literally forbids them from like splitting Madison and Milwaukee, the cities. So I saw Steele's district goes to D+1, and then Van Orden's goes to. Get ready for this. This is going to be a big reduction. Trump +4 instead of Trump +7.
Oh man, what a
Now, here's the thing. Van Orden's still underperformed by 5.
he's
so
an underperformer, but like he'll do just
But
enough.
no,
to
here's
win.
the thing. He barely campaigned in 24. He thought he had it. That's the difference. If he actually like he'll be prepared, I think, in 26 for it.
We don't know what's gonna happen in Ohio just yet. We gotta see what happens there, and we'll see. But I do.
Ohio, I'm still expecting a what is it, 12-3 or something?
That's what we gotta see.
11-3.
New Hampshire will wait and see on that one too. So, you know, I mean, if you're the Democrats, like, okay, you have to gain how many seats? Is it
Like 10 or something. 10, 12 something. And that's if Republicans don't flip anything.
Yeah, no, I think it's like 6 or 7. I thought it's 7.
Oh.
I think. Point is, they have to flip like 6 or 7 seats. So they have to flip, and there's only how many Harris Republican seats? Like 2. 3.
Well, there's Lawler, Fitzpatrick, and then that's all I can think of. There might be another one. I'm not sure.
Bacon.
Bacon, yeah, Bacon.
That's it. And meanwhile, how many
Now-
Trump Democrat seats are there?
It's over a
20?
dozen.
So, I don't know how you. I don't know. Let's see. American Nerd for 3. Would Jared Golden even lose a primary?
Good, he could.
Good.
He might actually. Maine is a very boomer heavy state, so
Yeah. So,
that's actually one. That's actually one of the reasons
assuming
Tester's
Jared
done.
Golden goes down, or there's, let's just say
Which-
that's one.
Which, by the way, Rab, boomer heavy state. That's actually one of the reasons why Tester's done thinks that Susan Collins is going to lose.
Really?
Hmm
I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I debate Tester all the time on that. I do not see Collins losing.
Okay,
She's
so
gonna
let's
win.
just say, okay. So let's say Golden loses. That's one already. There's not enough seats, I don't think, because that's assuming Republicans, they don't flip anything else, including Washington 3rd, or like the Central Valley of California, or hell, Quayre's seat. Any updates on that one yet?
Well, I mean,
Well, it sounds like he's going to jail. So
He's gonna run.
I
from
don't think
jail
it really. I don't
probably.
think it really matters. Honestly, that's it. He's going to go to prison. So,
Unless Trump.
I mean, if they find him guilty, the other alternative is, I mean, Trump basically is like, you're going to become a Republican. You're going to vote with me 100% of the time, and I'll give you a pardon or something like that.
That's the only way he would survive, I think. When you do next house prediction, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the redistricting, really. All right.
Yeah, we gotta probably find out what's going to happen in South Carolina.
Wait, what?
Got to find out what's going to happen in South Carolina.
Why?
Because they got their court stuff. So.
Oh yeah. Same thing, Louisiana. They're still fighting over that one. So.
South Carolina. Right now. I'm just gonna assume that any state that's trying to redistrict will probably redistrict.
Probably. M for
At least
2.
I have a serious shot. So
M for 2. Barrett was a
Awesome.
diversity hire. Yeah, she was. That's McConnell for you. And the
I think the thing is that she's basically a conservative Republican.
let's see. Taking the Ohio redistricted at hand, we could probably get more seats in the House. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're probably gonna gain 1 in Ohio, 2 maybe, right? If you pack Cincinnati, you probably get 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, the thing with Iowa, I mean, you have Rob Sand running. That's going to be a big concern for Zach Nunn. Obviously, Miller Meeks. Miller Meeks will probably go down regardless, but
Let's see. The mayor of Javier Lopez and Mayor Sarah is the only Republican that declared for my district, California 13th. Yeah, and I think he's a decent candidate from what I've heard. I don't know for sure. I've heard good things about him, but I don't know. I've heard some bad things too, but Duarte was a shit candidate. Trump won the district by
He'll
what?
do
Like,
good.
what?
I was talking about the guy they got in the 13th. He's a good candidate.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, like, Trump won the district by what, like 7? And Duarte lost? How do you even
Yeah,
accomplish
Duarte's
that?
dog shit.
How do you accomplish that?
I mean, Trump won the 28th district of Texas by 7, and Cuellar won by 5. So
I know, but that's queer. But Duarte was the incumbent, and he won at 22. And that was more Democrat. I don't know how do you accomplish? I gotta figure that one out. How? Let's see here. Duarte also endorsed Lopez. Yeah, I think that's enough to get the primary done and over with. Well, actually, it's California, so it's they do the jungle primary, but still, all right. Excuse me. Hold up. We have a Democrat praising Trump's foreign policy, actually, right now. Jim Himes, a Democrat from Connecticut, says, I think the president in the last week or so played the Middle East pretty darn well. That's a Democrat saying this in Connecticut. We can out-project he's getting a primary challenger, by the way. He praised Trump.
Represent for Bridgeport.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the bluest seat in Connecticut, I believe.
And he's praising Trump.
Actually, I think Hartford might be bluer. Yeah.
He's praising Trump for the foreign policy stuff. I think it's funny enough, like, there's a report from Axios, I think it was, where they had a bunch of Trump and Biden aides were like, oh, we want to join this administration because Trump's doing so good. Because he's fixing the Middle East. Which should tell everybody about the foreign policy of Joe. I mean, seriously, was there a bigger disaster with foreign policy not named Biden in the last 30 years? 40? Can anyone name one worse than Joe's?
Oh, he was one of the guys who called Biden to withdraw after the debate.
Oh, he was?
Jim Himes. Yeah. But he's like a partisan Democrat on everything else. The only thing I could find is he wants sanctions on Iran, but even then a lot of Dems want that. But
isn't it like the average Democrat position?
yeah. I mean, Trump's actually Trump's trying to get a deal with Iran, I heard. Like,
yeah,
they have,
Iran is trying to make a deal with Trump now. With the nuclear weapon stuff. Will that happen? We don't know because it's Iran. You can't really trust them, but we shall see. We shall see. Susie Lee is definitely vulnerable. I don't know. Every time we say that, she just wins barely, but
I mean, I know a certain candidate who ran in 2024. I'm not going to say his name for obvious reasons, but I think some people might know the joke. Daniel something. Are you guys aware of this guy?
Oh gosh, stop. All right. Yeah, the Halo guy's running again. Marty. Yeah, he's running again.
Hopefully he can get Trump's endorsement. He got Joe Lombardo's last time.
Yeah, that was so weird. He got Lombardo's endorsement and lost. All right, American Nerd for 2. Do y'all think Heinz will get primaried out now? This is the Democrat Party, so yes, he probably gets thrown out because
this is
Trump.
well, it's also suburban New York City, so
yeah. You say anything good about Trump, they're gonna get rid of you.
let's see, John Cornyn is hosting a fundraiser in Austin later this month with Karl Rove.
Who
Really?
is? John Cornyn?
Yeah.
Karl Rove, dude.
Karl Rove, is that guy? How is that guy still alive?
He
In
was
other
like
words,
one of the biggest. It was like one of the big Bush
Dude,
advisors.
he was kind of like he was kind of like the Elon Musk of his day. Like he would just like be in the room, even though he was like the political like advisor. He was like in like the room during like foreign policy decisions. And like Colin Powell would always be like, "What is this guy doing in here?"
I think he was. I
Like, it
mean,
was
he was
like
based. He was
he
probably
was
like the face of the 2000s Fox News GOP.
yeah, he was.
yeah, dude, he was like the Elon of his day. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right, M for 5. Mark Levin has insulted people left and right on Twitter for not wanting to go with war with Iran on Israel's behalf, calling them pigs and scum. He literally call like he called Steve Witkoff like anti-Semitic even though he's Jewish or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're anti-Semitic if you don't want to go to war with
yeah.
Iran because
Steve
Israel
Witkoff, for
told
those
us
that
to.
don't know, that's Trump's that's his envoy in the Middle East, and he's just saying, hey, maybe we should not go to war with them. Joe K for 2. Biden's foreign policy was just do the opposite of Trump. Yeah, just fuck Trump over. Just say Orange Man bad. American Earth for 3. Trump needs to stay out of the 2026 Texas primary. No. Back
Well,
Paxton.
it's more than likely he's going to co-endorse.
Yeah, but Paxton's going to win the primary.
Yeah.
You guys see those fake polls where it's like, Paxton's losing by 15 points against, like, what's his name?
Here's what's going to happen.
Normally we'd say that like a parody, but no, that poll literally had him down 15.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what's going to probably happen. I mean, Trump will do the co-endorsement, and then Cornyn's going to basically campaign solely on Trump.
Yeah, that's his only.
Which he pretty much already is. I mean, you've got him going to Trump Burger in Houston.
He went to Trump Burger?
Yeah, the Houston location, not the one in Belleville that me and
Bruh.
Tyrone go to.
So he went to
Let's see. He read the art of the deal. He rehashes 5-year-old tweets of Trump raising him.
Of course. That's John Cornyn for you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. But yeah, so John Cornyn I think is gonna lose. I mean, guys, Pax is gonna win the general. We cut the bullshit. He's gonna lose by 15 points because of shitty like I forgot which pollster it was.
Brad Parscale's pollster.
I think it was like the Houston Chronicle or
was
something.
Was it Brad
yeah.
Parscale's?
Yeah.
Might have been.
Bruh, that explains it. But yeah, I hope that Paxton gets well, again, be a co-endorsement, but still. Because Trump doesn't want to piss Cornyn off, just in case he somehow wins. So, M for 2. I hope Texas voters aren't so gullible. I mean, Texas already had like, what was it, like 48% or whatever? And Cornyn's like 30.
Yeah, so.
All right.
What else is there?
Let's see. I just don't think it matters. Ken Paxton is the next senator of Texas. I agree.
Oh yeah, Louisiana. That's the other thing. Did you already talk about Louisiana like in the last couple streams?
Louisiana? What?
We have Julia Letlow probably gonna run.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, Trump's trying to get her to run.
Better than freaking what's his name? Cassidy? What a freaking bum.
Yeah. But you also have Fleming, but it seems like Trump and the governor want to Letlow in there. So it looks like we're gonna get Letlow versus Cassidy.
Right. Cranky Pepper has been a member for 3 months. Speaking of Texas House races, who will be running against El Green? Who cares?
No, that doesn't really matter.
Guys, don't support challengers to Jasper Crocker to El Green. Don't. You know why? There's like D plus 80 districts.
Yeah.
So don't run those seats, please. Is George Bush the third going to run for Attorney General? The Bush dynasty's dead. They're literally dead. Imagine thinking Cornyn is a conservative. Yeah, he voted for gun control.
Oh, he's a MAGA.
He's a MAGA Republican. He's a MAGA Republican because we said so. And speaking of shitty polls, you guys see, you know who Elliot Morris is? You guys know who this is? This is like the guy that took over 538 after Nate Silver. So this guy, he conducted his own poll. Okay, I wanted to bring this up because it's kind of funny. So you know how every poll in the last couple weeks has shown Trump's approval rebounding? It's like RCP's like -3 or whatever now. Well, according to him, Trump's approval is negative. Oh my gosh, it's negative 16 right now on most issues. Excuse me, what? And on top of that,
strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers. I never heard of this pollster. What's strength in numbers? What the hell is this?
Democrats.
But according to him, the generic ballot's D+6, and according to him, in a 2024 rematch, Kamala Harris would beat Trump in the popular vote by 5. This is a real pollster, or a real poll. I should say, quote unquote, real. They polled 1,000 adults 2 weeks ago, by the way. So they waited 2 whole weeks to release this. And they found Trump down by 5 in a rematch. Guys, look up what Mark Mitchell Rasmussen and Richard Barisov of People's Pundit, look at what they said. They said they could see like a -3 or -4. But it's impossible to get numbers like this. It is mathematically
Also,
impossible.
Another thing, the poll is just adults, not it's not. So these aren't even registered.
You don't even know.
voters,
It's like how much you would bet like half of these are like illegal migrants
or homeless people. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't know. Yeah, they even try to they didn't even try to make their numbers realistic. And let's look at approval by issue. Actually, no. This is a good example of what they're doing. So they said, oh, you know, the majority of people would rather raise taxes on corporations, you know, than cut spending. You know how they worded it? You know how they worded this question? They said the U.S. must pass a budget every year to fund the military, provide social services, such as public schools, Medicaid, blah, blah, blah. Republicans in Congress have proposed a budget that would make Donald Trump's 2017 tax cuts in corporations permanent and increase military spending, but require the U.S. to cut hundreds of billions of dollars in spending on social programs. So they're basically saying, oh, do you support tax cuts in corporations or do you support social spending? And they're trying to make it, oh, that means everyone supports raising taxes on everybody by 80%. It's polls like this that make people question everything. I mean, this is insane. It's always insane. Again, who's this pollster again? Strength in numbers?
Mm-hmm.
strength in numbers.
I've never heard of this. This sounds like a big data poll. Or not big data, small village polling.
Mm-hmm.
Small Village.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Small Village had a poll out for the Romanian
I saw
election
that.
on us.
Anyways, M for 5.
Let's see. Vance will be attending Pope Leo's inaugural mass.
Yep. M for 5. Any news on my state Arizona governor race? Hobbs is a disaster, unpopular, and has a lot of scandal. She can be beat if we run a smart race. That's gonna be Biggs. Biggs gonna win the primary.
Yeah, and I support him now because Robeson is
Dumbass.
not knowing how to run a campaign.
Why
are you running a single issue campaign on abortion? Why? That was
That's
stupid.
Told you.
Anyways.
Let's see. Love how these idiots think gun control is gonna work if it's not does. Well, guys, this is the thing with these polls. The reason that poll is a shitty question is it's basically telling the people, do you love corporations or do you hate poor people? That's basically what it's asking. It's like, do you love poor people or do you love corporations? It's a worded question. That's why polls like this are full of shit. That's how they get weird results. And then you ask people honestly, okay, what would you rather do? Cut spending or raise taxes? And they're going to say cut spending. Don't phrase it as, oh, do you hate poor people or do you love poor people?
Are you a racist?
You're racist. And
Do you
also,
hate Mexicans?
and weirdly enough, you look at the questions like for Trump's approval, according to these assholes, apparently Trump's approval on deportations is -6. Immigration, -2. Foreign
Should
policy,
be disapproved on for those, but for different reasons. You're not going hard
-16.
enough.
Inflation, -32. Man.
I mean, Trump is probably legitimately underwater on that, but
Oh, probably. But the funny thing is
Not
that,
by 32.
but not by
Yeah.
not by 32 points. What a pile of bullshit. And on top of that, I gotta check something. There was a poll they conducted just like 2 days ago from, I think it was RMG Research. Yeah, RMG Research, which again, they're not perfect, but they're a decent pollster. They're asking people how they think their finances are looking. And you know what they found?
Tied.
Yeah.
Between better and worse.
31% saying getting better, 31% getting worse. And for those that don't know, this has been negative since 2021. It's positive for the first time in 5 years. Oh, but 35% of Americans, or 61% of Americans hate Trump on the economy. Bullshit. Maybe negative 10, right? Negative 10 because people are skeptical. People are wondering what's going on. But this idea that they're like negative 10 on immigration and negative 50 on the economy, that's bullshit. It's clear there's something wrong with the poll. Or you're full of shit. Which I think it's both. I think it's a shitty poll with a shitty pollster. But let's see. I voted for him to end the war, and look where we are now. Trump's literally doing everything he can with Russia. I don't know what you're complaining about. I mean, we're getting close to a deal. That's what people are not understanding. We're getting close. It'll take it a while because both sides are freaking... Yeah.
It's a trade deal, too, with China. I'm glad we got that.
And now, apparently, according to Eric Daughtry, India's now offered President Trump essentially 0 tariffs on America. Wow. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to kill the U.S. economy. Everything's going to blow up. Let's see.
Yeah, it's over.
Trump has insane optimism in even his worst polls. Economic confidence 6 months out is up. Right track is at record highs. People just believe in Trump. When the economy booms, watch out. That's my argument. I'm arguing that when he gets trade deals done, which that's starting to happen, when the economy starts to really get going, which are signs of that happening. I mean, guys, the inflation went down this week. The PPI, I should say. That went down by a lot. And when he gets these wars over...
I mean, isn't inflation at like the lowest level since 2021?
2021. So, it's a matter of time. And the question is, how much Trump's approval go up? Like, what's his absolute ceiling, you guys think? Like, honestly, if we assume Trump gets all this stuff done, which it looks like he's getting close to it, what is Trump's absolute ceiling for his approval?
-80.
Negative
So
80.
true.
No, like, I mean, serious. Like, what if Trump gets everything done? Like trade deals, he ends the war in Ukraine, Israel. He gets the deal done with Iran, which it looks very likely.
Could be plus like 5 to 10. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be too high because you still have all the Democrats that will disapprove of everything he does.
But there's been some polls out there when you ask voters, like, there's like, not to be like 65%, but Quantus Insights, they did a poll on this, and they said if Trump gets a deal done with, like, I think it's Russia, he ends the war there, it's like 65% would give Trump credit. So, not saying it's be 65%, but my take is his ceiling's like the high 50s. That's my take. It would be the high 50s. Mid to high 50s. Because the problem is you got Democrats that will always say Orange Man bad. I mean, what is it like 33% of there's what percent of America's Democrat? Like 35% or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's like 90% of that's like strongly disapprove. And that's never going to change. So that right there is 35% that are Orange Man bad. And you get some independents that are the same, so yeah. His ceiling's like 55%, 56, I think. Probably 50% maximum. What are you talking about? Trump was at like 53% in like January or whatever. All right.
When's the New York primary, by the way?
I don't know.
Because Zohran is like starting to.
I will point out something that could be interesting if it happens. That Zohran guy is surging like. He's surging in the Democratic primary polls, and if he ends up getting the Democratic nomination, Andrew Cuomo will still be on the ballot in November. He got the nomination of, I forgot what the party's called. Let me look.
Wait, wait, what?
Yeah, so he will be on the ballot no matter what. He is part of the Fight and Deliver party. He is on the ballot.
Bruh.
So
What?
if Zohran becomes the nominee, he will have 3 Democratic candidates, which Eric Adams, Cuomo, and Zohran on the ballot, in
Oh
which Sliwa
my.
has an actual
Come on!
shot.
Come on, so you got a chance. So you're telling me there's gonna be 3 Democrats on the ballot, possibly.
Yeah, Cuomo's political party is Fight and Deliver.
Bruh.
And they've nominated him
bunch of
already. Because yeah,
dumbasses.
if you guys don't know, in New York you can run for different nominations.
Yeah, there's it's like fusion ballots.
Yeah, I think Zohran is also probably going to be the working. I mean, Zohran will probably be the Working Families nominee, but
So yeah, he'll have votes in the general probably.
Oh my gosh, it's just.
okay. So my guess is that okay, if Cuomo gets a Democrat nomination, it'll probably be Zohran, and for Working Families.
So they're gonna for sure have 2 Democrats on the ballot. We win no
Yeah.
matter what.
And they already have Eric Adams.
Yeah, and
so.
Eric Adams running. This is beautiful. This is freaking beautiful. And I think Sliwa could actually pull this off. Not trying to get too ahead of ourselves, but why the fuck would they run 3 Democrats? Surely this can't. And two of them are. One's a former governor. That's like the moderate Democrats. Eric Adams is the current mayor.
There, who is very unpopular, I should
Yeah.
still add.
And you have this.
And then Zohran's
the schizophrenic
socialist.
Democrat.
The socialist YIMBY.
Yeah.
Or communist, basically. He would be basically Brandon Johnson 2.0.
This is gonna be glorious.
That's funny too. 2 of the Democrats on the ballot are running anti-immigration campaigns: Cuomo and
Adams.
Adams. And then
great.
Zohran wants to bring in more migrants.
He really
So-
wants to like
he's-
take over
so-
like grocery stores or something.
Yeah, Zohran's gonna get like all the migrant votes. That's pretty much how it's gonna be. So
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Adams pulls half the Republican vote in New York City. No. No, he doesn't. Let's go to Sliwa. Why the fuck would they run 3 Democrats? Do they just want to lose? They're like, oh, please, we want to lose. We need to lose. All right.
they want to lose, man. Just let them lose.
Excuse me for that. But yeah, so Democrats, like, they're gonna. I have to make a video in New York now. Another one. Because it's Curtis Sliwa, right? He's a nominee, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else is running. I don't think. Yeah, he's got the support for the Bronx GOP, the Brooklyn. Yeah, the entire GOP's backing him. Now, does anyone know what percent of the vote Trump got in New York City in 24?
Like in the 30s or something.
It was like 35%. So let's assume he got 30. Let's say Sliwa gets, I don't know. What percent of the vote does Sliwa need to win, you guys think?
He would probably. Okay, let me do the calculations real quick. Come back to me in a minute.
Okay. Let's see. Look at the hypothetical polling. Yes, okay. When you have Eric Adams or Cuomo on the ballot and there's no other partisan Dem, yes, it was in the like low 10s. But if you have Adams, Cuomo, and then like the freaking lunatic, yeah. Andrew Jones for 2. Saw something about a $1.2 trillion deal with Qatar. Yes, we got to deal with Qatar. Worth $1.2 trillion. Yeah, so if we assume Sliwa gets like 35% of the vote, would that be enough to win?
Assuming who gets that?
Let's assume
Sliwa?
that, okay, let's say Sliwa gets 35%. And Cuomo, Adams,
easily win.
You think so?
I have him winning. He could win with 28% here. So I'm assuming, yeah. So the thing I have, I just like tried to even up as much as possible. Actually, I assume Adams will only get like 15 or so percent.
Yeah.
We can divide the rest among.
Adams getting that seems low because he's extremely unpopular. So,
But no, Emerson College, they had him at 11%, even with Cuomo on the ballot. So
Yeah, but yeah, here's the thing. So, okay, Adams gets 15%. Cuomo would get 26.58% with his party. Zohran would get 28.76% as the Democrat, and then Sliwa would win with 29.5% of the vote.
So he needs like, if he gets like 35%, he has a chance, basically.
Yeah. What percent did he get last time? 27. So it'd have to go up a little bit.
But Trump did
again,
way
that
better
was
than
before the
Adams.
big trend. Yeah, that was the big trend.
I don't know. What a freaking shit show. Just, I don't care what you think about this. This is going to be a hilarious race to look over because it's going to be who wants to lose the race more, basically. Who wants to lose more?
Now, if Adams gets like 20%, Sliwa would be able to win with like his 2021 numbers.
We'll see. Zoran needs to be the nominee. Well, the thing is, it sounds like he's been the nominee no matter what. Whether it's the Democrat Party or the, what's the other one? The Working Families Party. Yeah, that's right. So no matter what, we're probably getting a three-way shitfest. Good luck. Good luck with that one. My question is why? I don't get, like, why do they hate Cuomo so much and Adams? I guess Adams I understand, but why Cuomo?
Because he's the well moderate and I guess also
Oh.
the pervert. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
So,
too
It's
moderate.
the scandals. It's the scandals. You know, also the nursing home stuff.
We have reached a new level of environmentalism.
That's real. Hold up.
Look.
What?
We have breaking news.
We have breaking news. We'll get that in a second, Luke, because we got breaking news. So Trump is leaving tomorrow for so Trump is in the UAE right now in the Middle East. I think it's UAE, right? Or Qatar. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's one of those. So apparently, he's leaving tomorrow, and the destination is unknown. Interesting. Where's Trump
West-
going?
He was
West
supposed
Bank-
to wait. I will
You know
point
what?
out he was supposed to have a call with Xi tomorrow. What if he's just going to go to China while he's out?
What if it's the West Bank
Could be. I think it could either be the West Bank
or Turkey?
or it could be
Turkey, because
Iran.
No, I would say
Because of the
Turkey.
nuclear deal. Why Turkey?
Zelensky and Putin.
Oh yeah, because of the meeting. Well, Putin's not going. It's just going to be Zelensky and the Russian.
Yeah, because Zelensky. I mean,
So-
Zelensky wants to like assassinate Putin. So, or actually, because I think Zelensky probably was baiting him with like ICC officials in the
Yeah,
meeting.
that's what they're trying to do. So, American Art for 2. Is
Is Turkey even a member of the ICC?
I thought so. Like, it's like that's kind of funny to say, but I think they are. Let's see. American Art for 2. Is it Sliwa a liberal Republican who has TDS? He doesn't like Trump. It's not TDS.
He's a populist, but
Turkey is not an ICC member.
Interesting.
Okay.
So,
They left it.
We gotta take bets. Like, here's my top 3. I think one. I don't think it would be Iran, because Iran wants to kill Trump still. They have a war. Like, they want to kill him there. So.
Okay, so they'd probably.
Well,
I mean,
he'd
hold a summit
he'd probably
somewhere
make
then.
it. Yeah, he'd make a deal beforehand with Iran,
Yeah.
probably.
So probably West Bank, China, or Turkey.
Yeah, I think don't underestimate the possibility of China because Trump was supposed to call Xi tomorrow. So maybe they figured while he's out, may as well just go all the way.
What if it's Kiev?
Kiev.
Why would he go there? Zelensky won't be in town.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
My take is like this is so like secretive. It's gonna be Gaza, isn't it?
No, it wouldn't be Gaza
Or West
because I
Bank.
mean I don't. Yeah, West Bank.
Excuse me, West
Because
Bank.
Trump's not going to recognize Hamas. At least there's no way he's going to visit Gaza. But the West Bank, I mean that makes more sense.
Because remember,
he
the
probably
rumors are still around that he may actually recognize Palestine. So
now I think it would only be probably the West Bank and like the Fatah government. I don't think he'd actually gonna recognize Gaza.
he would recognize the actual the same government, not the batshit crazy Hamas people. So. Jared the American for 5 just graduated college yesterday. Also, New York City's about to be the 1860 presidential election with 3 Democratic candidates and 1 Republican. Yeah, it's a good comparison, actually.
It's still a D plus like 40 city though, so
Yeah. So is Trump?
The U.S. was like D plus 40.
That's real. So you guys think the West Bank?
that's my hot take. West Bank.
I don't think they're keeping this so
West Bank or
secretive.
China. It might be China.
I don't think it's China because they want to keep it that secretive.
That's true. I don't think they would keep it a secret if it's China.
If it's like Syria, maybe.
And I mean, Trump in China anyways. So.
Maybe Syria. I don't know though.
Well, he just met with the Syrian. I don't know why he'd go to
I
Syria.
don't know. Yeah, I think it's either the West Bank or Turkey. No, I don't think it'd be Russia. It would be funny though, but American Yard for 3. What about Syria? Isn't Trump going to lift sanctions?
No, but he just met with the president. Yes, I don't know why he'd go there.
So why would he go there? Yeah. Is there a flight track we could follow for this? But it'd be tomorrow, so I don't know. Nobody knows.
Don't they turn off Air Force One on the flight
I
trackers?
thought so.
Because that's like probably the most vulnerable airplane in the world
Yeah.
to any attack.
Yeah, there wouldn't be a flight
there wouldn't
tracker
be a
for
flight-
Air Force
But you
One.
could probably assume like if there's like some weird stuff happening like near the West Bank, you probably guess who's going there probably. But
Yeah.
Well, now I mean, there's now a jet escort, from Qatar.
I saw
remember?
that. It's like yeah, he's just a casual like escort. I don't know. Let's see. Trump.
Do I gotta bring the AI picture back?
Which one?
The one that I made with Grok a while back. Let me pull it up here.
Let's see.
Go on.
North Korea. No, that would make any sense. Trump's gonna do it. He's gonna do an Asia trip probably next year. I'm guessing, or maybe this year.
He'll go back to North Korea.
Yeah, he'll go back to
He'll
North
probably be
Korea.
in the second half of his term.
Yeah. No, he's not going to South Africa. Fuck that. Greenland. I don't.
Oh no, they
think
want to kill him over there.
Yeah, I would not go to South Africa.
No, I mean, Democrats even want to deport the refugees, so
Greenland. No.
that wouldn't even be secret.
Yes, I think it's gonna. If they're keeping it this secret, it could be nothing, I guess. But I don't know. Trump visited the U.S. That would be the most Trump thing ever. Be like he hypes it up and it's like, no, it's nowhere.
No, it goes to like some random McDonald's in like Kansas or something.
That would be what Trump would do. It's like he hypes it up and like, oh, we're going to a secret location. It's like some McDonald's in the middle of nowhere.
I wonder if they're gonna set up them. I wonder if they would set up the mobile McDonald's in the West Bank of Palestine.
Listen, if you see a mobile McDonald's pull up, you know that's where he's going.
No, imagine he starts handing out, he starts doing the what he did in Pennsylvania at the McDonald's.
Ooh, this is a good one. India and Pakistan.
Both. No, he's just gonna go to the border. He's just gonna go meet the troops on both sides.
Maybe.
What border? The border's like.
All right.
No, he's just gonna go meet the troops on both sides. It's gonna be great.
Israel. So yeah, my take is if it's actually a location on Trump trolling, I'm guessing it's like the West Bank, Turkey, or India or Pakistan. That's my take. He's dropping tilted. Oh gosh. American Nerd for 5. Imagine Trump just decided to be the first president to visit Iran in years. He loves to do that kind of PR. Remember the DMZ visit in 2019? I don't think he's going to Iran just yet. Until they get a deal done. Until they get a deal done, he's not going. Pakistan has a civil war right now. Yeah, but Trump's literally went to Israel in his first term. So I don't think it's I don't know. So anywhere else you could go? That makes sense. They would keep it a secret. I can't think of anything else. He better not be trolling. I swear, if this is Trump, like, just saying he's gonna go, like, some secret place and it's, like, freaking... Oh, my gosh. It better not be. I don't think so. Alright, Anyways, the Kilman Iran, West Bank, and Yemen. Oh, they wouldn't touch him because they would get immediately nuked by Vance if they did anything to
Sure.
Trump.
Let's make this a reality here.
What?
The image I just sent.
This might be it. For those that don't know, this is the
Mhm.
president of Palestine, is it? Right?
Palestine, yeah, Mahmoud Abbas.
Come on! Please let this be the reason. Alright, is there any other news? I don't know, but we'll see. Tomorrow's gonna be a very interesting day if he actually does go to the West Bank, because if he goes to the West Bank, he's recognized Palestine. That's my take.
If he goes to the West Bank and it's after our stream, then it'll be an emergency stream.
Let's see. Trump goes to Israel, just gives Bibi the bird and leaves. He would do something like that. He would just show if it's West Bank, then he's recognized Palestine. At least the how do you say their name? Is it Fatah?
Yeah, I guess Fatah.
Yeah, Fatah. Yeah. If that's where he's going, yeah. He's
I guess
recognized.
it's I think it's like Fatah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I think it's Fatah.
In other news, the UAE to invest $1.4 trillion into the United States over the next 10 years. So
I mean, they're like one of the wealthiest countries in
Yeah.
the world. So,
that's nothing to them. So that's Trump has secured over just under $4 trillion over the next 10 years. It's not gonna be the West Bank. We'll see. We'll see.
Ben Shapiro would have a.
Oh my gosh! If Trump recognizes Palestine, Mark Levin might just like jump off a cliff.
I think Levin will probably call for like Trump's impeachment. Or
Yeah,
something.
it calls for his impeachment. He's lost his mind. All right, everybody. So I think that's it. Anyone got anything else to say? Anything?
Your computer has a virus.
Gosh.
The computer device.
All right. He'll probably visit Jerusalem if he visits the area since both Israelis and Palestinians live both there. I don't know. We'll
Probably.
see.
Maybe.
That's a fair idea.
What if he tries to like force a meeting between Abbas and
That would be
Netanyahu?
hilarious. That would end horribly, but that would be funny. How much money's actually being invested in the country? It's been close to 10 trillion at this point. So, okay. It's not going to be immediate. That's what people understand. This is like a long-term play. This is 10 trillion over the next 10 years. So, sometime next year, I'm guessing, it really starts. Maybe this
Is this their gift for Disney being built in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, this their gets like, thank you for giving us Disney. Thank you. All right. Trump tells Pakistan to tell them not to redeem. Gosh. West Bank would be iffy. It would be iffy, but it would be something Trump does. Just a middle finger like Netanyahu. He would do that.
Yeah, like the West Bank is like, I mean, there's Google Street View in parts of the West Bank, so that should probably tell you something.
Yeah, the West Bank, like there's some areas we find in, and they know over there they can't kill him because he.
But I think a lot of that is just Eastern Jerusalem, anyways.
Yeah,
so.
and guys, they know that Trump's their only. If they want to get recognized, he's their only hope. So they wouldn't do anything.
Harris would have just done nothing and just the bombing would have just continued.
All right, everybody. So I think that's it for the stream. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. We will be back tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see what Trump does. If he actually goes to the West Bank, if he goes to Turkey, if he goes to, I swear, if it's like some random McDonald's in like Kansas, like Luke was saying, better not be. But all right, we'll see you guys next stream, video, wherever you see us at.